Okay, we might kick off for this morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Melbourne Convention Bureau's webinar for our first one for 2023. Even though it is March, we've had a very busy start to the year with AIM, etc. So I hope that you've all had a great start to your year as well. We will be doing these on a monthly basis for the rest of the year. So please stay tuned for more exciting webinar invites as they come into your inbox. My name is Joanna and I am the Director of Corporate Meetings and Incentives here at MCB. And before we start, I would like to acknowledge that I am hosting this webinar from the land of the Wurundjeri people and I pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging. So today we have three of our wonderful partners who are going to present to us three really exciting products and experiences. We have Narelle from Events Flemington with some really exciting updates of what's happening out at the beautiful Flemington Racecourse. Michael from one of our hero partners, Harry the Hiro, who just does amazing work in bringing exhibitions and events to life. And then we have Peter from the Mercure Doncaster, one of our newer properties out in the suburbs of Melbourne, which is really exciting to have some hero product out in the suburbs of Melbourne. We'll have question and answers towards the end. So if you do have any questions, just pop them in the Q&A box and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. We do record this presentation. It does go onto MCB's YouTube channel. And we also send out all of the presentations and contact information so you can easily connect with any of the presenters and products post-webinar. Also excited to announce that MCB has just launched the second edition of our e-guide, which is really aimed at the national and incentive market to really give you an update on what's happening in Melbourne from a business events perspective. This is a great addition. It's got a number of key topics. Number one is how to involve one of Melbourne's fantastic major events into your business event program. So if you're looking to include, for example, the tennis or the Melbourne Cup Carnival, into your incentive or business event itinerary, have a look at that content. Another one is a great spotlight on Accor and our partnership with them and the number of fantastic properties they have in Melbourne, and also a number of new and exciting experiences for team building and incentive itineraries. So have a look at that as well to make your itineraries and time in Melbourne really exciting with some really unique ideas and options. Just a reminder too that MCB is here to help you. We do help with everything from venue and destination experiences and referrals, itinerary creations, site inspection assistance, sample itineraries, anything that you need to promote your event in Melbourne in terms of videos, images, visitation guides, maps, to help with delegate boosting as well. And we can help with hybrid support as well if that is one of your requirements. So do get in contact with us. You can always connect with us at info@melbournecb.com.au and we're happy to help you bring your event to Melbourne. Okay, so I'm going to pass over now to Narelle from Events Flemington. So Narelle, if you would like to share your screen and we can get going.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for your time this morning. So I'm here to introduce you to Events Flemington and the partnership with Crown Food and Beverage. So April last year, Crown and Events Flemington entered into a partnership to provide the food and beverage offering here on both a race day and on a non-race day. So I'm here to more talk about the non-race day events and how you can host your event here at Flemington. So we have three beautiful stands here at the racecourse with absolutely fabulous views over the city and over the racetrack. The jewel in the crown for the venue itself is the new club stand, which was built back in 2018. And there's a variety of spaces in this venue. So most of it is restaurants and bars. However, up on the top level, we have something very special for you. So we can run a gamut of events here, from your corporate style events through to social events. We've done a number of weddings in the lobby area here, which leads out onto the main members' lawn, which is fabulous in the summertime when all the roses are out, although you do have to be careful when the gardeners do come along and lop off all those roses, which can be highly disappointing, but otherwise it is a fantastic view out here onto the racecourse. We also have the beautiful Mumm champagne bar up on the first level. Obviously highly stylized, with Mumm being the main partner in this space, but great for up to 500 guests cocktail style. And we've also done an event in here with a long table for about 90 people for lunch. So definitely a great space, quite versatile, and can definitely be styled out as well, with a nice big LED screen in the back corner for any branding. And again, those fabulous views over the racecourse and out to the city as well. The next level that is also really great for some interactive or different styles of events is the members' dining room. So this area is actually divided into what we call a couple of different pods. So you can either do some great breakout spaces in here, or you can also just do some great dining as well. So again, as we get higher into the building, we obviously start to see those views really come into fruition, and it's just a great atmosphere. The other beauty about these particular venues is normally on a race day, they are they're exclusive to members. So having your non-race day event in here, you get the privilege of being in a members area where normally you would not have access to. The other beautiful room in this stand is the Biley. I would definitely love to host a Mother's Daughter event here. It's got beautiful floral banquets, nice beautiful dining spaces, and again similar to the dining room with pods. So some of the furniture is fixed in this space, but an absolutely delight of a room with these fixtures and fittings, and obviously still those beautiful views. And then in this space, the next one, which is our most popular space, is the roof garden. So indoors, we can cater for about 400 cocktail style and about 150 seated banquet style. But of course, the best part is the outdoor deck, when Melbourne's weather is behaving and wanting to play with us as well. So it is definitely a space to be, and on a race day, obviously is very popular. And as you can see, it has the most beautiful view over the course and into the city as well. So the deck itself can hold about 1,000 people. But again, we just have to be mindful of that Melbourne weather and whether it is going to behave on your event day. And even in the midst of summer, it does become a bit challenging, but it is super spectacular. It's also a great place if you are keen enough to get up and watch track work and have a breakfast up here as well, and watch the horses being put through their paces out on the track. So definitely a place to consider for your next event. Then over into the grandstand. So this is one of our probably most versatile spaces. So we have a number of levels that we utilize in this space as well. So the forum, which is located on the entrance level from the train station side. Sorry, this one is a little on the slower side to get into. So the forum is one of those areas where it's great for exhibition, or if you needed a very quiet space for a classroom style event where they were doing studies or exams, this is a great space that can be put together for that type of event. Otherwise, it's very popular with our university clients who like to do all their gowning and photo studios down here as well. So obviously no natural light in this space. So that's why it's great for that exhibition type component. Then the next space in the grandstand that is the most flexible and our most versatile and our most popular is our atrium space. So this is the original major space of the stand, great for that banquet style dinner, quite large cocktail exhibition. Mr. Furman will attest that we've just had quite a significant exhibition in here with 2x2 booths, I'm pretty sure it was, but great to be able to, the space can be divided into 3 sections. So you can do a plenary section in here, as well as the exhibition component as well, and networking drinks at the back as well. So again, another space that has those views out onto the racecourse if required. There's also some retail spaces in here that we can operate for your exhibition. If you weren't doing any catering for your guests, we can do some small retail offerings as well. And then the next room that I find is the best in this space is the up into the peak. So this is on level 5 of the grandstand. Peak is right in the top of the building, so you have the nice open exposed roof. Oops, one moment. So nice polished concrete floors, again quite flexible in terms of being able to do a banquet style up here or a cocktail style up here as well, or also a bit of a fashion parade, just to think outside of the square. Again, being in the top of the building, it does get that complete view over the racecourse and out to the city as well. So yeah, really flexible space in here. Certainly can do a dance floor and a stage up here too. And then the final stand that we have is obviously the original hill stand. So the best spaces up there are our skyline and panorama rooms. Fortunately, don't have any images of those ones, but great for breakout spaces if you're using the atrium as your main plenary and you need a couple of extra breakout spaces as well. They're quite accessible. Everything is accessible internally, so there's no need to walk in one building and out of another. The other features of the complex here is complimentary car parking within our car parks. So that is very handy indeed. And we have we also have relationships with the local service accommodation providers as well. So there's the Quest on Flemington and the Seabull at Moonee Ponds as well. So there are some of the great highlights of Events Flemington, and yeah, really looking forward to welcoming you out to have a look at the space if you need to. Handing over to you, Michael.
Thanks, Narelle. That was fantastic. Great use of technology there too. It's so good to see it in virtual reality.
All right, thank you. Can you hear me? I can't see myself, so.
Yep, all good. Far away.
Lovely. Thank you, Narelle, and thank you everybody for joining us today. I had a bit of a challenge putting this presentation together today and to know what I wanted to talk about, because there's just so much to talk about. So I'm going to take the privilege of talking about everything that I can think of. So just a little bit about Harry's. What we really focus on is people. At Harry's, we believe that people are the most important part of the equation. So we have a very hard-working, loyal, fun and passionate team. And we believe our people are our greatest asset, because it's the people who can look after our clients, and our clients come first. So it's all about the people. We also pride ourselves on world best product, great customer service and client relationships. But of course, all of that's not possible without the people. So really our mantra is great customer service combined with amazing product is what sets us apart. So welcome to Harry the Hirer. We have a lot of services. I've captured a few here, and I'm going to go into a bit of what we do and do a few testimonials, case studies, show you what we've done in the past, but predominantly we're doing furniture, booth systems. We design events. We're renowned for marquees. We have a creative styling team. We do table decor, staging, lighting. We have a custom build workshop. We do rigging, audio, visual, signage, everything in-house. It's quite a unique business model, Harry the Hirer, that we don't outsource to other suppliers. We take care of all of the elements that go together to make a great event. We service 4 key markets, probably most known in the major event market. We work with the Grand Prix, Tennis Australia, the VRC, Melbourne Racing Club, Magic Millions, Supercars are just some of our major events. We do a lot of work in the business events market, mostly with exhibitions, conferences, trade shows, product launches and corporate events. The business really started in that private party market. That's our third market. We do a lot of event hire for weddings, private parties, and all sorts of family celebrations, and supplying for caterers and creative stylists. And then we have our technical production market. Our productions team probably has Australia's largest range of LED panels, truss and rigging, audio-visual lighting equipment. We service major events, the business events, the private parties, as well as technical production. It's probably one arm of Harry the Hire not many people are familiar with. Just touching on some of those markets in the major events, everything from the Birdcage to the Melbourne Cup, Australian Open Tennis, Formula One Grand Prix. We build a lot of the infrastructure, the marquees, and do a lot of the corporate fit out. We've pretty much devolved our marquee selection. We've moved away from tents, I guess. We've still got a lot of tents, but we are now more designing bespoke structures to really create immersive environments within the major events. Our products, the products that we use within major events are predominantly marquees, fitting out the flooring, furniture, fencing. We do all the graphic signage, both indoor and outdoor. We do the custom manufacture, custom bespoke builds, staging, lighting, audio, visual, and LED walls. You'll see a few images there from some of our events from the AFL Grand Final, Australian Open, and the triple story marquee we've got there with the V8s. We activate quite a lot within the major events, and we create immersive experiences with the corporate facilities. So we have a creative team and a design team who go in and work with the client to style an area or fit out a marquee, and we can do all sorts of custom bespoke fit outs, and then fill it with beautiful lush furniture, dress tables with linen and kitchenware. We've got catering equipment, and of course audio visual to fit out in the marquees. In exhibitions, we work a lot in all the major venues and hotels around the country. We really have built our exhibition team to help our customers engage and connect within exhibitions. We work with exhibition organisers and their exhibitors to display and promote their products, all of their brands and their services to their audience within the exhibition environment. And we try to work with any organisation that wants to elevate their brand or promote their product. We basically can work, we provide anything from the ceiling to the floor. So everything from the carpets through to the rigging, walling systems, furniture signage, custom stands, again, LED walls and audio visual. So we can really help our exhibitors engage with the audience, that the visitors who come to the shows. We also do brand activations within exhibitions. And again, we rely on our creative services, the design, custom manufacture and furniture styling to help create bespoke custom stands that really promote the brands and elevate them and bring them to life within an exhibition. It really helps our customers engage with the visitors. We work within conferences, in business events, again, trying to create memories and immersive events. We understand the importance of delivering innovative conferences. Conferences are all about delivering messages, and if those messages are memorable, they tend to stick. So we try and help our customers make these events and conferences more engaging. And we do that with a combination of imagination, passion, and a dedicated team. And we complement the elements with an immersive range of products and solutions that can be tailored to each event. Again, just to run through the services that we provide in the conferences, we do a lot of staging, stage setups. We do all of the technical production, theatrical lighting, stage backdrops, rigging, of course, the staging and furniture, web streaming. We provide all the services that you'd need for a conference to connect the audience around the country. With the private events, we love a celebration. We do a lot of weddings and parties. We have a dedicated team that look after the private market. It's a little bit different. The private market, you generally got a customer that is less experienced at running events. So you really need to know, be on your guard and know your game to be able to help them out. We have an extensive range of furniture and party equipment and marquees to create a very special occasion for that private market. Anything from bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, weddings, birthday celebrations. We've got quite a range of equipment and styled furniture for those types of events. Corporate events, we work with a lot of corporates with activations, really creating those bespoke activations. They don't have to be in a venue. They can be outdoor, they can be in a structure. We really do work to help brands activate and elevate and amplify their message. Technical production, our productions department is probably one of those departments that's in the background and not very well known about. We do have a comprehensive offering when it comes to productions with audio visual, draping, LED screens, lighting, rigging, staging, and we have all of the technical directors and experts in the background, lighting directors, audio visual experts, audio technicians, everything that you'd need in a technical production. We do a lot of show calling. We provide the power lighting, audio visual, LED walls, rigging, staging. And our guys have worked all the way around the country. They've worked in most major venues, so they know the venues intimately, know the spaces, know how to set a really good sound or light show for those venues. We have such a range of LED walls, everything from 2mm, 5mm, 7mm, even 1mm spheres for indoor. We have outdoor high-res screens, 4mm, 10mm, 12mm cabinets. We even have an indoor transparent screen, LED, transparent being very much see-through. So quite the range, flush wall systems, large screens. So being able to have that LED screen as part of your wall system so that it's all flush mounted, very new and the latest technology. Truss and rigging, we have an enormous warehouse full of truss. We can do your normal banner rigging, truss rigging within an exhibition, or we can do outdoor structures, even bespoke structures. A lot of people don't know Harry the Hirer was also the official rigging partner for the Commonwealth Games. We supplied over 5 kilometres of truss, over 600 chain motors to do all of the rigging requirements for the event. So very experienced team who can work all the way around the country. The productions team has a large range of moving lights, so theatrical lights for fashion shows, dance floors, any sort of concert, I guess, as well as your standard exhibition static lighting. So we can really tailor the design of an event and bring all of those elements together. Staging, we do a lot of staging, a lot of outdoor staging, indoor staging. We've just recently done the Birdman Rally at Moomba. We do the some of the stages, outdoor stages for the AFL Grand Final around the stage and at the Formula One Grand Prix. And we also have a new smart stage, which is a portable pop-up mobile stage that comes on the back of a truck that can be rapidly deployed for festivals and events. We also have our own broadcast and live streaming studio. This was something that we created as a result of COVID. We were scratching around when the event industry shut down, what could we do to help our customers? And we ended up creating a broadcast studio. The studio is fully equipped with cameras and lighting, audio, microphones, furniture, fold-back monitors, all the digital and video mixing, LED screen backdrop that can fly in and fly out, and green room spaces for entertainment. So we do hold a lot of product launches and webinars and broadcast events. Some of our customers, actually next to the studio, we have what's called the Harry's Bar. So we can also have an event within the studio, and then after the event, all the guests can move into the Harry's Bar for a light drink and some snacks after the event. We have a custom manufacturing facility. We do a lot of custom design. So we have a dedicated team of carpenters and painters and cabinet makers. Our workshop can almost build anything. It's a 5,000 square metre workshop. These guys have industrial design backgrounds. We've got the CNC routers, spray booth. We work with a variety of materials and finishes, and they're very much working with the sustainable practices in mind, which I'll touch on shortly. We also do signage in-house, everything from printed walls and banners and flags. We also do large-scale wraparounds for our structures and buildings. We've got probably over 30 years of experience. We implement the latest digital printing technology, and so there's a full spectrum of signage available with relatively quick turnarounds. It really helps us when we're doing our events that all of this is available to us in-house, and that way if there's any changes or any signs get damaged on site, we can rapidly turn things around and get things fixed up. We also have an end-to-end storage offering. We have a storage facility where a lot of our clients might make bespoke items that they like to use from one show to another. It also helps with sustainability, being able to manufacture something bespoke and be able to store it and reuse it over and over again. So we do offer that to our customers. I'm just going to touch on a few of our probably more prominent innovative products. We travel the world to try and find the latest and greatest furniture, really to create that engaging environment. Of course, when you've got comfort and engagement, you generally increase visitors' dwell time. So we select furniture that's inviting to audiences that is also comfortable and stylish. So we do help, our creative team do help our customers select key pieces to showcase their event or their area, or their brand or product. So we do work with the creative team. They're also part of the procurement team who travel overseas to look for the latest furniture ranges to bring in each season. We do our furniture buys generally before the spring season. So we're currently, our team have actually just got back from overseas and they've been looking at what to bring in for the next season. We consult with a lot of our major clients as to what they're looking for furniture, and then we try and either develop a range that we get manufactured, or we go and find an off-the-shelf solution. Marquees is probably our traditional product offering. We've been providing marquees for major events for over 45 years. They originated as vinyl tent structures, classic party marquees, but now they're moving into more stunning and premium marquees for activations and exhibitions. Yes, we're using marquees for exhibitions indoors. One of our latest structure, the HIGHLINE, is the newest addition to the Harry the Hire range. It's an event structure designed and engineered for outdoors. It's a double-story structure. It can also be used indoors for impressive activations and feature areas or custom stands. That image there in the bottom right-hand corner of the atrium was at the Australian Open, and that silver bit there is a waterfall that runs down the side of the structure. It was very impressive. And the top image there is the Ralph Lauren store at the Australian Open, and the top left image there is actually the same structure being used indoors for the Melbourne Convention Bureau stand at AIM this year. Transparent LED, I spoke about it a little bit earlier. It's probably the latest cutting edge LED available, translucent. It's not like a solid LED panel. It offers 70% transparency. I guess it's a little bit like a Venetian blind, so it creates stunning effects within an event and just gives something different for the audience. I guess capacity wise, we're quite a large business. We have over 100,000 square meters of warehousing space. I think our vehicle fleet is probably getting closer to 200 rather than 100. We have over 180 units of stock. We're actually, we've been able to rebuild post-COVID up to 850 employees. And with our casual workforce that we bring in, we probably employ about 1,200 to 1,300 staff in our peak periods when we're doing the major events. We do work all the way around the country. Our head office is based in Melbourne. In Melbourne, we have a showroom there for a lot of our products. So our customers are invited to come in and visit our showroom to touch and feel the product, mix and match tables and chairs. We also use our showroom for sponsor functions, corporate functions, and exhibitor briefings for exhibitors. So we do offer up our space for our customers to be able to bring their customers in, particularly when you've got third parties in events to come and meet us and talk about what they're trying to achieve. We have a lot of support services. I mentioned it a few times. Our marketing department, creative stylists, senior graphic designers, industrial and custom design team. These creative services are there to help our salespeople work with the customer to create innovative events. It's quite a unique and tailored experience. And they're really, our stylists are available to assist with the design of any activation, feature area, or themed event requirement. And many of them are qualified in interior design, so they can help bring any space to life. We've moved, with customer service, we've moved a lot of our offerings online, and we've got an online concierge portal, really to help predominantly in the exhibition space for our exhibitors to order online. But we've also set this system up so that we can actually track the progress of an installation. So we've got a web-based tool that allows our operational teams to check the delivery status, and it also helps us track completion times. It's called a task tracker program. It works in conjunction with our online exhibitor portal, so that everything's tied together. We can track truck movements, stock movements, and that way, when a customer comes to us on site, if something hasn't been delivered or something's been broken, we're able to report that back quite quickly and efficiently resolve the situation. So we call it the Harry's Concierge. It's all about customer service. Sustainability, we do work with sustainable practices. It's really challenging in events, considering the social and environmental impact of events. So we have 4 goals in our sustainability, sustainable development policy. Reuse. As a hire company, we reuse products quite a lot. When we've got single-use products or items, we try to repurpose them. We work with charity organisations where we can donate any item that can be reused. We're currently talking to some social enterprise where coffee carts or some counters, custom counters that we manufacture, are turned into coffee carts and used for charity organisations to raise money for the homeless. We also work to divert waste from landfill through recycling programs that take steel, aluminium, paper and plastics. And we try and reduce waste by introducing any sort of product, whether it be a recyclable product like packaging, or using energy efficient technology to deliver events. Some of our more recent sustainable initiatives, we've introduced biodegradable plastic protective bags and stretch plastic wrap that we use to protect our products. It's all biodegradable or can be completely recycled. We're actually saving about 113 cubic metres of plastic waste annually that would normally end up in landfill since we've introduced the biodegradable plastic. We've recently partnered with a construction waste company that sorts our construction waste, including MDF and painted timber, goes to a waste conversion site. And we've estimated, we've only just started this program, but we've estimated we'll probably divert about 600 tonnes of waste from our workshop to landfill. It's about 90 to 95% of the waste that we generate with our custom manufacture for major events and custom stands. This facility also produces from the waste, the recycled timber, landscaping mulch for freeways. They also, I guess the timber's sorted into different grades. The A grade is produced into pallets, crates, boxes. The B grade for dunnage for domestic and export markets. Crushed brick and concrete aggregates, blended topsoil, mulch and compost. But the MDF and painted timbers, the C grade timbers, they're actually mulched up and used as in a large furnace that creates a biofuel produced to run a boiler that heats water to supply hydronic radiators for kilns used in the process for drying timber. So ultimately, at the end of all of that process, only 5% of residual waste from the process is sent to landfill. So we've got a lot of projects on the go. We're hoping to introduce a whole new furniture, recycled, post-industrial recycled furniture range this year. So a lot of programs on the go for sustainable initiatives.
Now, so Michael, we're going to have to move on in a minute if you're able
no
to
worries,
wrap
I'm
up.
nearly
Sorry.
there. I just thought I'd do a quick little case study on the HIGHLINE. I knew I'd talk too much, so thank you for cutting me off. Just a quick case study on the HIGHLINE that I'd spoken about. The HIGHLINE, we did a Moe and Shandon build for Studio Mesa in the Royal Botanic Gardens in Sydney. It was a big double story with an external mezzanine, panorama facade. It has a weatherproof membrane. We built custom arches and an entrance. The Harry Stylist consulted with the fit out, and our productions provided an immersive and lighting and sound experience for visitors. We even built a disabled access lift into the structure and helped with all of the council permits. It was a 17-day build time, 5-day bump out, 2,930 man hours, 11 semi-trailers, 2 all-terrain telehandlers, 2 sizzlers, 1 knuckle boom, 60-ton crane. We had no semi-trailer access to site, so we had to also have 50 rigid truck movements between the storage facility and site. And it was meticulously planned. And I saved the best till last, of course, the AIM stand by the Melbourne Convention Bureau, the HIGHLINE in Melbourne, in the MCEC, which was a 2-day build, 1-day bump out, 492 man hours, 3 semi-trailers to build this magnificent feature at AIM. So I appreciate your time. Hopefully there's some questions at the end. My old friend Donald Trump will be on hand to answer any questions, and feel free to come to our showroom anytime. And now I'll hand over to Peter from Mercure Doncaster.
Yeah, thanks so much, Michael. Peter, if you're able to share your screen, that would be wonderful. We have had a few technical issues this morning, so we do apologise. We've had a lovely storm in Melbourne. That looks good, Peter. If you can just make that into presentation mode.
Stand by.
Yeah, that's, yeah. You just go from the beginning. Perfect. You're just sharing your notes screen. If you're able to share your presentation screen.
We did have that set up before, of course, but let's just see.
Otherwise, it's okay. We can see the presentation.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Beautiful. Fantastic. Far away.
Okay, now from beginning. Where's that gone? That's slide number 2. Just one sec. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Okay, so can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
And unfortunately, you can't see me, but I could have easily been Michael Furman's long-lost brother. And we may well go to the same hairdresser. All right, ready, set, go. So the Mercure Hotel, the Mercure Melbourne Doncaster is a new property, and we've only been open just over 12 months. It's a purpose-built facility for conferences and events, but still has 183 guest rooms. And we've won a couple of awards already, as you can see. But this is the newest property in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. So that's what we look like now. You may have seen it if you drive along Doncaster Road, because we're adjacent to shopping town. All right, now I've got a little bit of a video just to give you an idea of what we look like inside and out. So this is very, very short. See how short it went? Oh, sorry. Is it going now? Oh. Now, we did a run through before and it worked beautifully. So
just hit play again and just see if it will fire up for you.
Yeah, I've hit it a couple of times. Just let's see again.
Yep. Maybe, yeah, just no.
Look, it's been our luck this morning, I can tell you. And that,
it has.
and you have seen that video actually, Peter, haven't you? So
yeah, we'll share it around with everybody in the post.
Yeah,
in the
look,
posting.
I'm not too sure why it didn't show that time, but anyway, look, that's where we are. So we're in a really good posse. We've got lots of facilities around us. So as I said, we're adjacent to shopping town. So we've got all of the action, I suppose, that goes on there in terms of, extra F&B. There's pubs in there, there's restaurants, there's bars, there's any number of retail partners that you'd like to think of. There's Myers and David Jones and everything. And of course, there's cinemas too, as well too, for the leisure market. So look, we're fairly fortunate there that, you're not going to get stuck for things to do if you come and stay here, and even for our event guests. Okay, so we've got 3 different spaces here, also with terrace, adjacent terraces as well too, so sort of indoor and outdoor spaces. But as you can see, it's a very new and modern facility, and it's one that is starting to take off, which is fantastic. People are now getting to know it. What we're trying to do here, I suppose, in a sales capacity, is to get as many people out here as possible, because once they see it, they're very happy to book it. So all of our very good friends, PCOs and event planners, please inundate us with phone calls. We'll be chasing you anyway, but we do want people to come out here and have a look. So, so that is just a little bit of a view of some of the rooms. And in fact, the room that we're looking at there is our orchard room, which often gets used for dinners and the like for people who might be meeting in another space, but they come out here, and you can see that the full length windows with fantastic views. It actually sort of, the majority of the view looks out to the north, but you may not realise it, but it's one of the highest points in metropolitan Melbourne where we are. So when we're looking to the west, we get fantastic views over the city, as well as these views out to the north and the east from this particular room, the orchard room. Now we'll go to the next slide. Okay, so we're now looking at the tower room, which is our largest space. These rooms that I've showed you, the orchard and the tower, they can get divided into 2, or you can, of course, have the whole space. and they have also got this orchard room is our main room, as I mentioned. It's got an outdoor space as well too. And in fact, it's got a second outdoor space. So there's one adjacent to the side of the room, as well as one directly out the front of the room. Okay, now we're looking at another space down on the bottom right is our what we call tramway room. And that's basically there for board meetings and that type of meeting. So what we're getting at the moment and what we continue to hope to get is we've got a corporate market out here. You may or may not be aware, but there's a lot of corporate business out in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. Of course, we've got leisure, private parties, private events, gala dinners and that type of thing. And then also, because of our proximity to the Yarra Valley, we're only really 20 minutes if you go over the back way to the Yarra Valley to access that area. We're getting some events now through our partners out in that direction that people are meeting here, and then they might have a half-day wine tasting event or something like that. So that's worth keeping in mind as well too. Ready, set, go. Now this is just looking in some of the rooms. This one particularly is one of our suites that you're looking at, which is obviously the living area within a suite. But basically our rooms consist of, we've got standard rooms, we've got superior rooms, we've also got deluxe rooms, and then we have a number of suites as well too. So they're all, brand new, beautifully fitted out, and we'd love the people who book these spaces to come out and please have a look. Now, our F&B offering, we have a restaurant and we have a bar. So the restaurant is a Mexican / South American themed restaurant called Cheeto and Cantina. So we've got the bar as well too. The restaurant, I suppose, offers a more broader, not just Mexican, but a broader South American cuisine. And I've only been here a week, but I had the pleasure of being able to stay here last Saturday night with my partner, and we had a fantastic night in the restaurant. It was really beautiful food. All the sauces and everything are made here on site by our executive chef, and it was absolutely delicious. And definitely worth a try. Of course, this is open to the general public as well too. So if any of you guys live out in the eastern suburbs, come in and I'll buy you a drink and then maybe we have dinner. Okay, ready, set, go. Next slide. Okay, now we're also fortunate to have a fully equipped gym and an indoor-outdoor swimming pool, if you like. So, obviously the pool's undercover, but there's a fantastic terrace adjacent to it. So for people, and it's pretty common these days, isn't it? For people who are delegates, there's always some people that want to have access to the gym, and a pool obviously is just an added bonus. So we've got those fantastic facilities to offer as well too. On-site secure parking, and also we've got the in-room dining. So that's 24 hours room service, and then there's of course the laundry service as well too. So excellent facilities here. And that's our nice terrace there outside the main function space. So that's our presentation. We've only got the 10 slides, but if anybody's got any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's fantastic.
Yeah, come out and have a look, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so lucky to have such a quality product in the suburbs of Melbourne now.
Absolutely, yeah.
So now we'll just move on to questions. If anybody does have any questions, please just put them into the chat box or the Q&A box, and we'll be very happy to answer. As I said before, we will be sharing all of the presentations and the contact details of our 3 fantastic presenters today. This webinar will also be available as the recording on our YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch it if you wish to do so, or pass it on to any colleagues in your organisations or in the business events industry who you think might be interested. Some great new fantastic offerings there with events at Flemington, and then Harry the Hirer are just at the forefront of really the exhibition build space. We are so lucky to have them in Australia, and especially based in Melbourne. And then once again, we have Mercure Doncaster, a fantastic new product in the suburbs of Melbourne, which, as Peter said, is very close to the Yarra Valley. So it's a really good place to have corporate meetings and then incorporate the Yarra Valley as well into the itinerary. You have one question? I'll just bring it up. Mercure Doncaster. So Peter, how many can you cater for in a corporate dinner?
Now, in terms of let me see, our largest space for banquet is 200. Sorry, it's 120. Sorry, 120. That's banquet style using the tower space, tower room 1 and 2.
Perfect. Thanks.
We can do 250 cocktail style.
Lovely. That's fantastic. Good numbers there. Any other questions? Otherwise, everyone has obviously been very thorough. All right, so no more questions. So what I might do, I might end the webinar now.